Hi, I'm Mario Ajero, and today on the Piano Podcast, I'm going to be teaching a piece that was composed by Yann Tiersen from the French movie Amelie. If you'd like to buy the sheet music for the piece that I'm going to be teaching you here today, you can go to my website/blog at marioajero.blogspot.com. Just scroll down on the right-hand side under the Buy Sheet Music section. You'll find links to all sorts of sheet music that you can buy here. At the bottom, you'll find one link to 6 Pieces for Piano, Volume 2, Music from Amelie by Yann Tiersen. If you click on that, it will take you to sheetmusicplus.com and the direct link to the music book that contains all the music from Amelie here, including the piece that I'll be teaching you here today. You can even take a sneak preview at the first 8 measures of the piece that I'm going to be teaching you here today. See what that looks like there. And all the sheet music that you buy from the links that are on my website, a small portion of those sales, I do receive a small commission for those, so I appreciate your support. If you'd also like to donate to the Piano Podcast, I also have a PayPal donate button on the website/blog. You can you don't have to have a PayPal account, you can just pay with credit card, or if you have a PayPal account, you can log in and donate that way. So the piece starts off with a 4-measure ostinato. Ostinato. An ostinato is a musical phrase that is repeated, usually in the bass, but not always, over and over again. And that's what unifies this particular piece by Yann Tiersen. And this is how the first 4 measures goes of the ostinato. Before you begin playing the ostinato, it helps to know the chord progression of those 4 measures before you begin playing it here. So let me explain those to you. You might want to write some of these chords down. First chord in the first measure is an E minor chord. It's spelled E-G-B, and I play that with 5, 3, and 1, as you see here on my hand. Second chord just changes 1 note. It's a G major chord in second inversion with a D in the bass, spelled D-G-B, played with 5, 2, and 1, respectively. Third chord changes the middle note to F sharp, so it's spelled D, F sharp, B. That's a B minor chord in first inversion with D on the bottom. And then the last chord is a D major chord in root position, D, F sharp, A. So again, those chords are E minor, G major, B minor, D major. Just practice those about 1,000,000 times, and then you can move on to the next step. So what you want to do is you want to break up that chord progression and play it 1 note at a time in the style that I have written out here in Home Concert Xtreme. This is what we call an Alberti bass accompaniment broken chord style. So what the Alberti bass accompaniment style does, it takes those 3 notes from whatever chord that you're on and breaks them up in the following order: bottom note, top note, middle note, top note. And then you'll repeat it again: bottom note, top note, middle note, top note, like that. Do the same thing in the second measure with the G major. Third measure, B minor. And then the fourth measure, the D major. So when you put it all together, it sounds like this. Now what I just showed you was kind of a simple version of the ostinato here. Here I have the real version of the ostinato. Now if you have kind of a smaller hands and you try this out and it kind of really hurts and you're feeling really tense in the hands, I recommend staying with that simpler version of the ostinato. But if you have bigger hands and kind of handle this one, try this out here. You'll notice that in every measure you have the ostinato written out with the Alberti bass on the bottom, but then every other beat has an added note on top of it here. In the very first measure, starts off with E's on every downbeat like this. And I play it with the following fingering: 1 and 5, 2, 1 and 4, 2, 1 and 5, 2, 1 and 4, 2. Second measure has a D on the top of the G major chord, and I play that with the following fingering: 1 and 5, 2, 1 and 3, 2. Then here on the B minor chord, still has a D on top of every other beat like this: 1 and 5, 2, 1 and 4, 2, 1 and 5, 2, 1 and 4, 2. And then the last measure has the D major chord with still a D on the top here like this: 1 and 5, 2, 1 and 4, 2, 1 and 5, 2, 1 and 4, 2. Even if you do have bigger hands here, I have pretty big hands, you want to try to make sure that you bring in your fifth finger when it's not in use there at the top there. That helps alleviate any stress on the hand. So it sounds like this here. And take a look at my hand as far as how the I relieve pressure off of stretching the hand. One more added element, you might notice that I'm also using the pedal. The right pedal is what we call the damper pedal, and that helps sustain the sounds throughout the whole measure. I change the pedal every time that a chord changes, so you'll lift it on the beginning of every measure like this. As far as the right hand is concerned, and the right hand usually just plays notes that are within the chord that you happen to be on in the measure. For example, if you're in the E minor chord, of course you'll highlight E, B, or G there, and same thing goes with all the other ones here. Here, let me show you. My favorite one is the arpeggiated one. Or some, and in addition to the chord tones, he usually uses a usually some kind of a neighbor tone, something that's usually not too far away, either a half step or a whole step away. You could probably figure most of that stuff out by ear, or if you want, you can always go to my blog and buy the sheet music from the links on the right hand side. Thanks again for watching the Piano Podcast. I'm Mario Hero, and keep on practicing. Bye.